It's time to close the foundation era and enter my building era. And August to September is that shift of really understanding that clarity without action changes nothing. It's actually time to build. And in 56 days, I will turn 28 years old, which means I've officially have 2 years left until I turn 30. And if you are new here, we have a Thrive to 30 series, but today is a monthly reset. But I want to merge them together because it's really important to know that I've spent the last 250 days in this foundation phase of the Thrive to 30 journey. This was the first chapter of my journey, and I'm going into this with the last 50 days of really deciding who I'm going to be and reflecting on what I've learned, where I need to change, and introduce a challenge that I'm bringing myself out of that foundational period and into this building era. And we're going to do an overall reflection of where I've been, an update, what I'm changing, the foundation to build challenge, and just really setting the goals for the next 56 days so that I can not only be one step closer when I turn 28 years old, but also have the next month as the shifting point from who I am in chapter 1 into chapter 2 with a monthly reflect and reset. And I'm creating a simple tracker for myself. I am going into every area of life today, and I want to just tell you that this is a little bit different into a monthly reset, but it is a reflection and reset that can align with you. So I want to talk about the last 6, 7, even 8 months. I decided in November of 2025 to go on this new journey and give myself 1,000 days. I found out that December 31st, 2025 was the time where not only I got to reset my entire life, but I got to really set up a foundation and a journey to have 1,000-day challenge to become my best self. Well, let me tell you, instead of really thinking about everything of what did I accomplish or what did this season teach me, I really want to talk about the wins and the challenges. First off, I became really clear with the life that I actually wanted. I have a whole Thrive to 30 journey so far of sharing this first chapter with you where I defined my goals and my values and who I want to be. And then I stopped chasing the goals that were no longer aligned. There was a few goals that we are actually going to bring into a different season of life once Thrive to 30 is over, such as business with my husband and so much going on. And so there was a few areas of life that got chopped off along the way, and this roadmap was created of exactly who I wanted to be, the foundation, now the building, and then realistically understanding that there's so much more to learn, and every step of the journey is actually a learning curve. And what did that mean? I had to be faced with some challenges. I wasn't consistent with my tracking. I created systems but didn't stick to them. And I tried to improve everything at once and missed out on so many opportunities because I was relying on the motivation of having this excitement of this new season and this new goal and this new journey, but I was also looking too wide instead of looking at the simple habits that I needed to show up for every single day. So let's dive into exactly what I plan to do in the future, how August is that shift, and jumping right in. So welcome back to Balance While Blooming. My name is Bridget. I'm 27 years old. I'll be 28 in September, and I'm a wife, a stepmom, and I work a full 9 to 5 and balance my passions and finding my purpose. I'm rediscovering myself, and I'm going on the Believe to Become journey. Here I share how to believe in yourself, build the life of your dreams, balance your day-to-day life, and bloom consistently until you become your best self and live the life of your dreams. We are on a Thrive to 30 journey, but there's so much more here, such as mindset, productivity, all areas of life, and realistically just leveling up one day at a time. I am being raw, realistic, and want to inspire you through my story, through my ups and downs, so that we can hold each other accountable and support each other with the wins and the challenges as you go through your journey. I really challenge you to be part of this journey and go on your own 500-day challenge, 250-day challenge, 6-month challenge, whatever it is. where you just really push yourself out of your comfort zone, create a plan, and show up for your best self. And I feel like a new monthly reset is always best for that. And this month, it is a little bit different than what I normally have. You can always check out my other monthly resets. The ones lately since Thrive the 30 have been a little bit different. So you can check out different systems that I've taken month in and month out. And then you can break it down into quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily goals so that you can show up for your best self. Today, as I said, is a little bit different with more of a life update, how we're finalizing this chapter before I turn 28 years old. And I want you to come along on this journey. Know that my DMs are always open on Instagram. You can follow me over there for some fun short form content and be more intimate in there with what's going on in my day-to-day life. But let's jump right into this reset and see what is changing, how I'm being successful up to my 28th birthday, and how we're kind of merging August and September to become our best self one step at a time. So who do I want to be before I'm 30? And how can I do that over the next 2 years and in the next 250 days, really build her into who I want to be? We will talk about this next chapter. We will in September, but I really want to talk to you about this vision of this person I want to be and challenge you to know who you want to be in 100 days, 1,000 days, 10,000 days, whoever it is. I want to be faith-led. I want to be healthy. I want to have calm and control over my body. I want to be financially confident in who I am, the life I'm living, be a business owner. I want to be present with my family and as a wife and as a stepmom and someone who just enjoys life and can touch on every single area of life and feel that I am someone who not only enjoys the day-to-day life, but sees the bigger vision and can find that balance in between. It's not really about the minimal goals. Of course, I have goals for each of those, but it's really this identity of who I want to be. And how to do that is breaking it down from the 3 years into the 2 years into the last year. And finishing off this last year, I've realized something, that I don't need another planner. I don't need the perfect routine. I really just need to transition into building. I have this foundation. I now know what I want and how can I get there. And because we're in this last chapter of the foundation, we are actually doing a foundation to build challenge. And why 56 days? Because from August 1st to September 25th is 56 days until I turn 28. This is a little bit into the build into this new series of the 250 days of chapter 2. And I don't want to walk in to my birthday knowing that I haven't started the building chapter of this journey, but I also want to know that I'm already becoming her because I've built the foundation and now I'm transitioning. It's not going to be, okay, this is the foundation, now we build. I want it to flow so that it feels right, it feels intentional, and that it actually lets me show up for who I want to be. So of course, talking about all of those areas of life that I just talked about this person I want to be, the challenge is about every day focusing on my faith, being intentional, connecting with the higher power that I believe in, such as scripture and prayer and connecting with God. But there's also that moving my body, being nourished, fueling myself correctly so I can be healthy, and creating this faith-based home and this relaxing place for my family and my stepson and my husband to come home to, is creating a peace and understanding that sometimes my house needs to just have that reset and be cleaned and be pushed to who I want to be. And then I'm also working on my future by not only deciding if my career is for me, but that I'm creating the financial freedom for myself so that I can keep building with you guys here at Balanceful Blooming and give you guys more resources and tools and tips and start mentoring you more than just these weekly videos. That of course, join this community, be part of this community, but there's so much more information and skills that I have when I work with people and talk with people one-on-one. So I want to be able to give that to you so that I can not only have relationships with my friends and my family and my husband, but I can have connections with other people where I have a relationship and know that they're not only intentional, that they have purpose, that they have passion, and that they bring me happiness into every aspect of my life. And a big part of that is really understanding who I'm becoming and setting this intention with myself. So each one of these I want to do daily. I want to journal. Did the choices that I take today help me become or build the person I want to become? And then every week I want to really reflect and rate my life. What energy did I get this week? What drained me? What can I let go of? How can I keep doing this? What systems worked? What needs to change? And where am I at in every single area of life so that I know where I need to pull my energy, my effort, and show up for who I want to be. So my goals for the next 56 days aren't to have this huge outcome. It's really about being consistent and meeting with God and understanding where my faith is and how it's going to drive everything else in my life, and how I can build a healthy routine of meal planning, understanding my workouts with intention and not just showing up to the gym and not following through, and understanding that my home and the systems that I need to create to have a clean space, feel peace, understand that this is my environment where I feel safe and where I want to welcome my friends and my family. At work, I want to understand that I'm protecting my energy and having calm days, but also looking to see if this is my forever place and I can develop it, or do I need a shift? And where does that look for my finances? How can I follow a budget that is not only intentional for the now, but for the future as I save and I'm growing and we're evolving into who we want to become? And with all of that, how do I balance in business to show up not only consistently for you guys, but with intention and with purpose, so that I feel like every week I am giving you skills, knowledge, power, confidence, and understanding how you can believe to become. And honestly, all that is going to be who I surround myself with, the relationships I have, the people that I hang out with, and realistically, how I am giving my energy and my time to people through these relationships, so that they're not only present, but I'm also productive and intentional with who I want to spend my time with. And of course, there needs to be joy in my life. I need to have those hobbies. I need to have those experiences and be able to fill up my cup every single day so that I can show up who I want to be. I don't expect to be this amazing woman who is the best of the best by the time I turn 28 years old, but over the next month and a half, I do expect to be someone who trusts herself a little bit more, finds more clarity, and creates more consistency, because I'm closing the chapter of the last 250 days where I got clarity. I understand who I was and that I'm now going to show up for consistency. And I think this is exactly where I need to bridge the gap of not only that foundation, but building. And I challenge you this month to set a simple tracker, a simple challenge of you showing up for a few areas of your life. For me, I'm doing faith, family, health, home, finances. It seems like a lot, but when I'm just hitting one task every single day, am I actually going to burn out, or am I creating systems and habits for success? So you're not only resetting to readjust and realign, but you're showing up weekly to understand what was a success, what wasn't, and how you can go after your goals. And that's what I want you to take out of this monthly reset, is that no matter if you're on your 1,000-day journey or you are just going month by month, either way is completely fine. Understand that you need to have daily goals, you need to have weekly goals, and you need to be able to reset, realign, and readjust when necessary. Big part of belief to become is understanding your mindset, knowing that you're capable of achieving, building those days for success, building the systems, the habits, the routines, and so that you can find that balance of having the energy, having the effort, and knowing what is a priority and what can wait, so that you show up for your best self. Blooming is all about being intentional, and we are going from that foundation of understanding where we want to go, who we want to be, how we're going to level up, who we're going to become, to now understanding who we need to build and how we need to build by showing up with intention, making those days a success, and showing up for your best self. In August, I challenge you to set a few areas of life with a few simple habits or goals for every single day, and then a weekly reset. When you do this, I hope that you share them in the comments, that you join this community so I can see your wins and challenges throughout your next 50, 60 days as we go through this new month, new chapter, and this new season of life. If you are coming along this Thrive to 30 journey, check out all of my other videos if you haven't already to see exactly who I want to be, what I've done in this first chapter, and where I'm kind of going next is evolving from here. But if you want to see other videos that are not Thrive to 30, follow along. We have Monday coffee chats at least once or twice a month. Those are just fun Monday videos, and then I'm back here every single Friday to share tips, tricks, more Thrive to 30, more Believe to Become, and I'm just pushing you out of your comfort zone so that you can step into your power and become the person of your dreams. So I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.